Hi there, I'm Beth and this is a special custom Blythe video. Back in April 2022, I was approached by a viewer of the channel, Ted, about making him a custom Blythe doll. We emailed back and forth about what he was looking for and I agreed to take on the commission. This would be my first boy Blythe doll and would involve putting together some parts from other dolls. This is the base doll, a TBL Blythe bought from AliExpress. Here I received a parcel from Ted which contained an icy doll, a MIDI Blythe as a gift, and the body he wanted me to use, as well as some pull string charms and resin eye chips. Now, I hadn't seen one of these bodies before. It was well articulated and had a neck peg, and was definitely a boy body. I was so surprised by the lovely MIDI. I've really fallen in love with this size, and will certainly be customising some again soon. This was also the first icy Blythe that I've had my hands on too. Ted was hopeful that I could use her default eye colour set inside the TBL head. Here I've put the icy eyes into his head. Next, I've made some modifications to the body and to one of our own neck joints available at bethramsden.com using Milliput to fill in some spaces. Continuing with the eyes for a moment though, I remove the dreaded pink eyes and replace them with a pair of blue resin chips from the ones Ted sent me. Here I have the front and back head plates, which I've been asked to customise but without any carving. I'll only be colouring, adding eyebrows and freckles to the face, and painting something special on the back. I've bought these 3M foam sandpaper sheets to try out for customising. I found them on AliExpress. They're very fine grit and should be perfect to remove the shiny layer before I start. This worked a treat. I'll be able to cut them into smaller pieces as well. The body is a bit more tanned in colour than the TBL Blythe, so I'm mixing up some paint to airbrush the plates with for a better match. In my airbrush booth, I've painted all the parts of the head and will next spray a few layers of Mr. Super Clear Flat in preparation for the colour. The head matches the body really well now. I have some reference pictures of a specific lighthouse that Ted would like on the back plate. This ties into the backstory of the Blythe, who is to be named Danny. I sketch my design onto the back plate. Then use a variety of acrylic paints to colour everything. I'm really happy with this. I used a very fine black pen to add outlines, texture and detail, and sealed everything with more Mr. Super Clear. Here I've assembled the modified parts for the first time and I'm pleased that it all works. I'll move on to colouring Danny's face next, using my soft pastels and a set of makeup brushes. I draw on white paper with the pastel, then pick up the pigment with the brush. I brush in eyebrows first, refining and erasing the edges with a kneadable putty eraser. Ted has asked for a natural looking face up, so I build up the colour in layers. I spray sealant in between layers to save my progress and deepen the colour. With a very small brush and acrylic paint, I start painting in eyebrow hairs. I also add colour to the nostrils and lips. With a white pencil, I draw in a few hairs to add more variety to the brows. I have to wait for the sealant to dry fully between each layer of colour. Now I will start adding freckles. I use some slightly different colours to add interest. I love this part. Having a little asymmetry and imperfection brings the doll to life. With the face complete, I work on attaching Danny's special pull strings. The beads were on a type of coloured raffia, unsuitable for inside the head, so I had to attach them to the more durable nylon cord using a special knot. I added glue to the knots afterward and let them dry. Now for another fun finishing touch, glossing the lips. I use a clear gloss Tamiya varnish and a tiny brush. Danny already has his clothes and has boots waiting at home, so with this, he is complete. I want to thank Ted so much for this commission. He waited ever so long to see it come together and has got Danny home at last. This is the very first custom Blythe that I've sold, and I'm already nearly finished the next one that I plan to sell. I don't plan to accept any more commissions for the time being, as I have so many ideas and blank dolls that I want to create an offer for sale first. I will show each one here on my channel first, giving you a chance to see them before they become available to buy at bethramsden.com. If you're keen to see what I make next and don't want to miss out on shop releases, make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know what you think of this darling boy Danny in the comments, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!